Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed by the hosts, South Shore Live, Tampa Bay Sports Entertainment, AJ Slick, and Howard the Unknown Drummer, and any guests featured on this vodcast are solely their own, and do not necessarily reflect any official stance or position. We are not responsible for the content of these opinions. Viewer discretion is advised, and you are free to discontinue.
Are you tired of streaks? Not those type of streaks. Not this kind of streaking either. What the heck? The streaking that I'm talking about is on your roof. We use shingles with a high copper content to give your roof a clean, sharp, streak-free.
South Shore's premier weeding service, the Weeding Lady. Professional, reliable, local. Weeding, cleanup, and garden care. Monthly or what-time service. Serving South Shore, Florida. Transform your yard today. The Weeding Lady. Call 8136139181.
Good evening.
Hey,
how's everybody doing, man? What a great day.
What a absolutely.
It's like super
beautiful
hot.
day.
It's like
super hot.
It's like Africa hot out there.
That should have been our intro, little Toto.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening, everybody from the sunshine capital of the world, Apollo Beach, South Shore area. I am Howard the Unknown Drummer, and I'm here with Captain Teo Leonard. I happen to be here with a special guest tonight, and of course, joining us, Angie Richardson. Let's bring that mic over, the whole thing over. Richardson. I get that, Angie. I get that. Trust me. But
you want to make me rich?
Yes.
I
want you to bring that over a little bit more so you're comfortable. Hey,
there's
so
a chair in the way, but I was fashionably late, so I deserve the crazy entrance here.
Welcome to our crazy little show here in beautiful Apollo Beach area, which is a little south of Tampa.
Well,
yeah, I mean, right next to Adamsville, and Waimama and Balm. You know, we're close to Balm. I was running through numbers.
We don't say Sun City enough too.
I know.
You know that's true.
Well,
too.
it's Sun City Center, and then there's also Sun City, which is like the whole redneck horse country area.
That's a nice
south
way
of
saying
Ruskin.
The Sundance.
It's like
it's
country Tampa.
There's actually Sun City and Sundance over there.
I feel like you're so far away tonight.
I know. Well, because somebody was a little late. So
I was fashionably late. Sorry.
Traffic. You know, it's that Apollo Beach traffic, man. Freaking all those cars and everybody.
No.
Just lie. It's a good thing.
Work with it.
We're entrepreneurs and hustlers, and work is busy.
Well, that's good to hear.
That's a good thing. So I'm sorry I was busy. I was working.
So tonight we have with us Todd from South Shore Cleaning and Supply. We also have Debbie Diaz with us with Jab. What is it? Jab on it medical billing. I like that. Jab on it. Jab on it.
I would say that could be
Please tell your friends to watch the show. Share it. Love us on Facebook. If you have any questions, we would love your interaction. Hey, some guy also saying the thing behind me. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like total there, you know. It's an echo. It's my uniform.
Again,
the whole red, white, and blue Go America.
Behind the computers, we have Charlie, who is the assistant, and of course, Joanne Durand from Apollo Beach Publishing, and as you know,
Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Magazine, which is tbsportsmag.com.
So with us tonight, we've got a very special guest. You know, back in the day, Teo, we would call it a legacy, kind of like an Animal House kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's a legacy.
Yeah, yeah. You got to take Dorfman.
Yeah, we have Dorfman, and tonight
we have thing in sororities and fraternities too of somebody's legacy.
Well, that was the Animal House reference.
Or in the house, we call it Next Generation.
See, for those of us that are old enough to know what Animal House was,
true,
a fraternity and sorority.
I know what Animal House is. I've seen it plenty of times.
I forget, Todd, you're younger than me because I'm like, I actually know what that is too.
Can we run this disclaimer one more time? And for, again, my daughter, not my daughter-in-law, my daughter, we apologize for anything that may come out tonight. Todd is a little disclaimer for me. My son-in-law, the principal runner and owner and operator of South Shore Cleaning and Supply, the second generation along with my son, and carrying on through the tradition of fine work and accountability here in South Shore. And Todd, first of all, I would just like to say there were some hiccups in the road. Also,
thanks.
No, hold on. Before I even forget, he's also the detective who helped us find our laundry basket today, which was Inspector Gadget kind of stuff going around the house looking for a laundry basket, but we'll get into that later. My son-in-law, Todd, who has taken over the reins of our business and with his experience in the past, decided to go into a whole different uncomfortable world that he never really did before. And I'm going to leave that up to him, and he'll explain his journey here like all of us here in Apollo Beach, South Shore, because most of us are not really here our whole lives. We dip in back and forth, or we're just here. So welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And welcome, Todd. And he's all right. He's all right. That's my son.
He's a good kid.
He's all right.
You feel bad. You're like kid, and it's like he's an adult.
It's like 63 is
but
a kid.
But for those of us that are really old with lots of gray, it's
I got gray.
Yeah,
it's there. It's under the hat.
Okay, good.
So tell everybody about our business, or actually your business.
Well, how did you end up here? Gosh. Did you come here after the parental units came, right?
You guys
tell them your background a little bit.
Okay, so
and Huck too with that bad boy.
Yeah,
Tua. Okay, so my wife Christy and I decided to move down here about 5.5 years ago. We made the decision to move down here. So my background in terms of from Philadelphia.
Okay,
go Birds. My background in general.
No one's perfect in the family.
I actually for years, about 8-9 years, I was a therapist. I specialized in addiction medicine. I worked mostly in rehab centers and outpatient rehab centers, making sure that patients themselves, once they got out of detox, like they would work to stay sober. So I got my master's degree from Villanova University in Philly, and I thought I was going to be a therapist,
and that fits right in with Apollo Beach, with a drinking village with a boating problem.
I'm
like, this guy's built for Apollo Beach.
Someone's thinking about moving. Might not want to
that's like the perfect job for super busy the table. Here.
So
I told him that. I'm like, dude,
boating town with a drinking problem.
Yep. Yeah.
However you want to say it.
Cool. All right. So you're going to be a therapist.
Yeah. So I was a therapist for years.
You came to Apollo Beach, and it was way too complicated for therapy.
No. So my whole thing is when COVID initially happened in Philly, everything shut down. I had lost my job.
Nice.
I was the most senior person at my office. They got rid of me because I was most likely making more money than everyone else. And so at that point, I kind of just fell out of love with working with people as a therapist. So I didn't really love some of the companies that I was working for post-COVID. I took a handful of jobs that I didn't necessarily love. I worked with juvenile teenage boys who committed sexual-based offenses. That was a really rough one.
Wow.
I did that. I worked for another rehab center and just did not love what I was doing. So I decided, Christy and I both decided when we would move down here, because she can work from home, that I wanted to do something different. And, Howard spoke with us and was like, listen, you can work for the business and figure it out. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I know nothing about this industry.
Right.
Howard, you started the business? Is that how it started?
Actually, yeah. Quick story. One of our neighbors, I'm a rep, or what was and still a rep for cleaning manufacturers. And I had everything in the garage. If you know me, if you've taken the time to stop by my house, there's only a few people that I know that if I don't have it, like you probably have it. So one of my neighbor's kids threw up some pastrami and chocolate milk one day, and there was only 60 houses in Waterside. So I'm like, I think I can do this. And I've been teaching people for over 25 years, 30 years at the time, how to do this. I've had my businesses. I work for a manufacturer now. I go over there. I knock the snot out of this carpet. And she's like, you could do pretty well here if you opened a little business. And I'm like, ding. And within about within about a week after branding and hopping on Facebook and my son wanting a part-time job and throwing her into it, there was his part-time job, and he's been my helper. Honestly, he used to ride buffing machines with me as a counterweight. You know, when he was like 4 or 5 years old. So, you know, he's always been around the business. And when, like anything else, you know about computers, you know, you've always been ahead because that's your business. You know about real estate, that's your business. Well, my business is cleaning. So I've always had all the equipment at my house to take care of everything or take care of my mom's house and stuff. And that's how it spawned. And it just blew up. And what was nice is all these houses were brand new at one time.
Right.
So you could just knock them out real quick and take care of the little problems, and not just that, make a friend and be there for the community rather than just going, oh, that's $199. I'll never see you again. And I just made 4 times more than I should have. Take care. So it gave me a way to ingratiate myself with our neighbors, show my skills off of 30 years of learning how to clean and putting them into practice.
Yep.
Rather than just telling people what to do it and making some of these stains mysteriously go away. And you can't lie with science. Science doesn't lie. So then, and when I came up to your house, what did I do? I cleaned the carpets.
Yeah. Yep.
You know? So, and then at that point.
So your side hustle is what became his business.
And not just that, again, this was desolate here. So to meet new neighbors and to get out of the house, because I was a remote worker before COVID. Think about that too. Remote working before COVID was a dream job. You're like, oh my God, there was no real influencers back then and stuff like that. When you really think about it, to be able to sit at your house, have complete ability to log into your company, be there, make your own lunch, come back to your desk, be diligent. What a dream job
it was really rare. You know, you
no
go back
traffic,
over the years and
no driving back to
that whole
work
from home
beautiful
thing, you know.
It was very rare. So I took advantage of that.
Everybody found out in COVID how awesome it is. And so many people want to work from home now.
But what also
happens, and then they don't work from home.
Yeah, they don't work,
but they act like they
do.
They do
very little
from home.
So at that point, my son, Bruce, who was the co-founder of the business and the backbone, he was a teacher at East Bay. He had enough with it. And after going through college and building this little business, we were about to shut it down. He goes, teaching sucks, Dad. How about we grow the business? And at that point, we took it to the next level. I was working an extra 30 hours a week on top of my 40. I brought in a helper for him. We brought up the equipment. We went up from a car full of crap to an actual trailer with a compressor unit in there, and stepped up our game. And then at that point, this is my son having to work full time. So we needed full-time tools, and we went up to the van. And at that point, Todd was ready to take over and come into the next era of the actual business. So he got to learn the newer processes while also knowing the older processes still work. But he really knew that it's strange. It's a little bit more work for us to do what we do now, but the results that we get is 10 times better. And once you get used to doing the repetitive, he's got to roll out 250 feet of cord. Now, when you've got a portable machine,
setup takes about
nothing.
5 minutes for a portable machine.
Yeah,
and not what we what we do now.
So he didn't really know the bad ways, not the bad ways, but the easier way to do it. So, but now this is much easier when you see when you learn how to load in and out of your job better. That I
don't think working for your in-laws is ever easy. Can we just talk about that?
No.
We're out of the business, but there was a time that they still needed a little bit of guidance and diligence too. Because don't get me wrong, when you're working 70 hours,
and you know Howard does it his way, right? You know, let's get back because Todd's the guest here, right? So Todd's our guest here, and I want to say
so Todd took the business
how cool it is because you have the personality to handle the sales calls, the customer service, all that kind of stuff. Bruce is like,
he's Captain. He's chilling.
Dude, he is such a worker, but the personality is so different.
I think,
and I think you guys make a great yin and yang. I mean, when you guys you were over after I had waist deep water in the house, and you were pumping out the
sludge-o-matic,
and helping, and we couldn't get confirmation if I could just rip the carpet out or not. So you guys are like, well, let's try to suck all this crap out of there. But you guys make such a great yin and yang partnership. It was cool to watch you work. And then after we got done building, you guys came and did all the tile stuff and everything. And it's so cool to watch. You're handling this aspect, he's handling this aspect, and you all like meet at the door to walk out so no one's traipsing over other stuff. And when I look at other worker crews, you're like, oh, are you guys stupid? You guys, because like they're constantly walking over each other, but you guys have it like just down to a science. And I don't think it was just because it was my house. No, I think you guys are just like A, B, C, D, and it really shows.
So I think with my background in general, it's allowed me to really focus a lot on the customer service. Like it's easy for me to be personable, like the emotional intelligence aspect that I've had, that's what got me into being a therapist in general. So for me to be able to speak with customers and to, meet people and understand like what their needs are.
After what you just told us you were doing before.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
It was a layup. Yeah, this shit's easy.
Like if someone pissed off at their rug is pretty simple compared to kids that are,
So I like to usually like tell customers that when they find out like what my previous profession was, they're like, oh, well, this is like way easier. I'm like, yeah, I've actually had to take extension cords off of people's necks, like them trying to kill themselves. So this is nothing. Like me cleaning someone's like poop stain off of something. I think I can manage.
Flipped out that they got a stain and their significant others flipping out at them. Yeah. You're like, listen, dude, life could be way worse.
Oh yeah,
it's a stain, and I got you.
It's gonna be
listen,
okay.
This is our business is a luxury business, but our mindset and the way we kind of advertise ourselves is we are a luxury business made affordable for everyone. We don't charge what some of the other guys charge. I've done a lot of research as to what some of the major players in the Tampa Bay area and then the United States in general, like we are definitely well under the average price for carpet cleaning, for tile cleaning, upholstery cleaning. Now, listen, at the end of the day, like, yes, it is a business. I'm here to make money so that, I can pay my mortgage. Unfortunately, my wife does not make enough for me to just be a stay-at-home husband. But for now, we do have to make money. But again, like I take that into consideration. Like I want to be a business where I can
with
afford
a heart.
It. Absolutely. Again, this is something that's necessary. Yes, it's luxury, but I go to people's houses consistently and there are, pee and poop stains everywhere. Like that's not.
Well, there's dignity issues here. When we cross, and again, there's when you're going into someone's house, you're crossing a threshold of intimacy with. They may not want to let people know what's behind their doors.
Yep.
Right.
And maybe they don't take very good care of their carpet, or maybe they have a sick pet, or maybe they have an aunt or someone living with them. They don't tell you about.
My father with his Alzheimer's and then my father-in-law with his Alzheimer's. I mean, we were constantly in another town, but constantly having to come in and clean carpets and all that kind of stuff. And, that's not something you kind of broadcast. So that's a real point on that. I never thought about it from that standpoint.
We don't live off other people's pain.
Yeah.
And I'm going to mention this too. The first time that we had the opportunity to help our neighbors with the floods, we offered it for free.
Yeah.
And other people were making appointments for just in case it should flood. What will you charge me? And I was like, these are our neighbors. Obviously, we take care of ourselves. If we're flooded, we got to get out. Yeah. But just the idea of, oh, by the way, your house is wrecked and this and that. You got 45 minutes to suck the shit out of your house. And if not, you're going to be, you're really going to be in a bad place. Let's negotiate the price now, sir.
Well, a lot of people putting up shutters and that tripled the price.
Oh yeah, it was just.
So and he's carrying on some of the traditions. That's what I was saying before. Again, I never lived off someone else's pain because you never know when you're going to be there to somebody.
Sure.
But I think the cool thing for you is that because you started in such a difficult job, right?
Yeah.
And mentally difficult job, that even if somebody's having a bad day and they're, upset about their stain or this or that or whatever, like it's probably a lot easier to walk away and go, yeah, that sucked, but we fixed it for you. And like the because mental drain in jobs is real.
Absolutely.
Right. And it can change who you even are over time if you get into some of those jobs. So I would imagine this has to be somewhat freeing for you to make people happy every day. I mean, who's not happy when your house is clean?
So I think like the aspect of me feeling like a semblance of freedom in this job, I think that speaks to entrepreneurialism in general, because I was working for other people.
Yes.
I was working for other companies and they made the decisions at the end of the day of what we would do. Like I would say, oh, this patient needs X, Y, and Z. This is what's appropriate for them. And at the end of the day, it didn't matter because I wasn't able to say like,
Final
this
word
is
wasn't
my
yours.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
I agree. I came from corporate world too.
Sure.
And I was talking to somebody the other day, and she said, well, I don't know. I only have 10 days of PTO all year, and I've already used 8, and it's only June. And in my head, I'm like, oh man, I forgot the word PTO because, I'm an
Dude,
I'm
I
an
just
entrepreneur
do
now.
what I want to do when I
Right,
want to do it.
Right. And when somebody says, hey, you want to go to Key West? I'm like, well, hell yeah, I want to go. Let's go. And I adjust my schedule accordingly. Right. But for 26 years, I was in that world
Yeah.
too. And it is such a freeing thing when you are able to be your own boss.
Now, listen, there are times where it's not fun.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah.
get the phone calls of people panicking like, oh my God, it's, 9:00 at night and little Jimmy threw up all over the place, or my dog, got into something. And, do I like waking up at 7 a.m, like on a Sunday and getting out the door? Like, no, I don't love doing it. But again, it's this person needs me, and I'm not gonna, again, profit off of someone's pain.
Is it a time thing? Like if someone calls and says that happened, or I just
Yeah.
spilled red wine, right? Because I have a white
Yeah.
couch. Like I just spilled red wine. Let's say, God, please don't let that happen. But
You have the most popular couch.
I know.
The most published couch of all times.
if you've
Yeah.
seen the cream colored couch that's in all your ads, that's my
right.
couch. If you wanted to know, but and it looks amazing because of you guys. But is there a like when you get that panic call? Is there a hey, do this?
Yeah.
And we
absolutely.
can get there tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right.
so-
like I don't have to be there this second.
It depends on what it is. So I had a friend of mine who his dog was sick, threw up on like a little
It's always the
spot.
dog's fault.
Yeah. A lot of times it's the dog or the kid.
Dogs
right?
and
So-
babies
Oh, yeah.
have made us some good money. Not gonna
And
lie.
I'll tell them, I'm like, listen, here's what you can do. Like, if there's someone in Watersett, if they're in the neighborhood, it's easy for me to just be like, yeah, do X, Y, and Z, and like I'll get there later this afternoon. But I'll tell people like, here's what you should do because I don't want you to make it worse. And I'll tell my customers in general, if you ever have questions about what products to use on your floors or in your house in general, even if it's stuff like I don't do, ask me because I would rather you use what's right
Right.
than destroy something and then ask me to fix it when I can't.
Here's a disclaimer: bleach doesn't fix everything, kids.
No. I had a
No.
customer recently who her sister used bleach in a spray bottle all over their carpet.
Oh my god.
And like I can't fix that.
No.
It was ruined. So she wasn't mad at me. She was frustrated in general that I couldn't do anything about it. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, I told her, like, here's what you should do. Here's some simple household things. If you have questions in the meantime, like just call me. I would much rather give you the right thing to do.
advice is always free.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so
I would-
besides bleach, what's kind of the other go-tos? Like this is what you should always keep on hand. Like
water.
someone took
The universal,
Water.
dilute everything.
the
right?
universal solvent, water,
right?
Water
is the
and
active ingredient.
I've
for
heard
most.
vinegar is also a good one.
Vinegar does great. So I personally will use vinegar in my dishwasher. I will use it in my washing machine as well to descale the inside. I'll even use it on clothes that smell like real funky. Like if I get home from work and it was a really nasty, nasty day of cleaning up real gross stuff, I will spray some of my clothes with vinegar before throwing them in the dishwasher. So there's a lot of
The
great
washing machine.
things.
You put
Yeah, washing machine, excuse
Just
me, yes.
checking.
Yeah.
Do you need a drink?
Yes, I do.
No, sorry, I like
All right.
slurred
So
that.
what
Yeah.
exactly? What exactly do you clean, guys, right now?
Yeah.
Lay it out for everybody. What all the services that you provide.
So the big thing is carpet cleaning, right? Everyone needs carpet cleaning. Carpet's one of the grossest things out there. It holds a lot of bacteria. So carpet cleaning is our main staple. We do tile and grout cleaning. Any type of flooring, we can clean it. Hardwood, sometimes they call it safety flooring or epoxy based flooring. So I'll do people's garages all the time, businesses as well. So tile, we can do stripping and waxing as well. Upholstery, pretty much any type of couch with the exception of certain linens and leather. Leather you cannot steam. Don't steam leather. It will ruin it.
and don't mess with your bonded leather.
Yeah.
Oof.
And
Watch it peel.
And
we do a lot
can
of
we-
odor remediation too.
in real estate, I can tell you that the grout is such a big deal, right?
Yes.
So many people, when we're looking at houses, look at that and they go, but look at the grout. It's
Yeah.
so gross, right? So I really think people need to understand, like is it steam cleaning the grout? Are you down there scrubbing it with a brush? Like-
So an individual, if like you were to go and clean your own floors, right? You would probably get
No,
on
I
your
don't. I
hands
call
and
you.
knees and scrub, right? I wouldn't want to do that. I've done that on my own floors for like little spills and stuff, right? But we have our buffing machine, so we put in different types of chemical solutions that are, relatively green. They're safe in general. We put different types of chemicals on the floor. It helps break down that stuff. We'll use a buffing machine to typically like scrub the floors, and that will kind of break down a lot of the dirt.
But does that get in the grout too?
It gets in the grout as well. And then we have like different scrub brushes and different little like small utility tools that we'll use to get in the hard to reach areas. And then with our machine itself, it's hot water extraction, or what everyone commonly knows as steam cleaning.
Right.
So we get up to about 1200 PSI of pressure. Not something like a pressure washer that would do damage to your stuff, but we take something like that, and the water source that we use that gets in there, the steam itself that's generated, it gets up to, like I said, about 1200 PSI pressure. And I think from the van to the floors, about 215 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
So it's hot. It hurts.
What you also get is you get a cyclonic motion.
Yeah.
So rather than using a brush abrasively and scoring anything, because grout is only essentially sand, water, and time. As you rub it, it actually releases. You don't want to be abrasive on grout. Imagine your skin like grout, lots of pores. Pores hold things in. So the chemicals release everything. And the van and Todd go over it with a tornado of water. And as they pass, they pick everything up, and it's almost practically dry. So in that one pass, you're getting the pressure washing, the recovery, and the dirt removal, and practically a squeegee pulling it back. It's a magnificent process to cover a lot of ground and get a very uniform process. Or you can sit there with a brush and go down your grout. Yeah. And after about 10 minutes, you quit.
So I can tell you that I bought a brand new home 5 years ago.
Yep.
A friend of mine bought a home next door to me. And so I went to grab a bottle of champagne to go celebrate with her when she closed. And the bottle of champagne came flying out of the fridge and crashed on the floor. And a piece of it popped up and hit the front of my leg, which happened to be an artery. And I looked like a crime scene in my kitchen, right? Yeah. Like those are the things you don't think about that all of a sudden you go, oh my God. And I flipped out because it's a brand new house. And I was like, oh my God, my grout's going to be disgusting. But I had to get to the hospital, right? So my friends were down there cleaning and everything else because it looked like a crime scene. But those are the things that, like, when those things happen, you call you guys for, call the professionals.
Absolutely.
And they got it wiped up, and then you guys came in and cleaned it, and you wouldn't even tell that it happened. And when I say CSI could have filmed that there, it was not pretty. But those are the things, like when they happen, dogs, kids, even injuries, whatever, that you got to have somebody.
It's great that someone owns a small machine. They maintenance. Maintenance is great.
Yeah.
We encourage maintenance. We tell people, go buy the Bissell Crosswave. Go buy yourself. We'll provide you, if you really want, a microfiber mop, which is commercial grade that you can wash. We want you to keep your places clean, but there's only so much level of clean you can get.
Right.
There's only so much.
Now, do you do packages where you can go in monthly for people, every other month? Like, so is it one time only?
Yeah. So it depends on the level of work in general. So we do stuff with
you walk in a house when there's 4 kids and you're like, oh God.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'll walk into houses and there'll be an absolute wreck. And like the first time I would service a customer's house is usually the worst, right?
Yeah.
Like typically they've never had anyone come in before. I'm getting in there and getting up like years of like mistreatment and misuse and just dirt. But if I'm coming in more frequently, like I will work with a customer because, again, it's not going to take me as long the second time
around.
Right,
if you're maintaining.
Now, if I'm coming back 5 years later and like, oh, your pricing was X, Y, and Z 5 years ago, I'm like,
that doesn't happen to you, does it?
Very cheap,
that never happened.
Yeah.
Hey, today, a guy was giving a price to. I'm like, dude, last time you bought it was like $13.58. It's like $21 now. What do you mean? I'm like, come on, don't play stupid. It's you bought it in 2017,
right?
So, maintenance with all of our businesses, one and done's not cool,
Yeah.
Well, repeat business should always get a discount.
Oh, absolutely.
So
So I will typically, like I said, work with homeowners in general. Now it's not like a specific percentage. I will work with the customer. And even if I have a customer who we service once a year, like I typically will lock in their price. Because if I'm there that frequently, the work's really not changing for me. And if, I think that's another thing that's great about having your own business is I can set the rules.
Right.
You know,
Do you do baseboards too?
we do, but that's not really like something I advertise. Like I will clean someone's base.
Did you hear that, guys?
yeah,
Just in
if
case you
I'm
didn't know,
there,
he does baseboards.
I will
He
clean
said it
your
out loud.
baseboard. But it's not
Because that's what nobody wants to clean.
you're not paying for me to clean your baseboards. If I'm there and I'm looking at your baseboards and they're dirty, I'm just going to clean it because I'm there.
Okay.
So I'll do it. It's not my favorite thing to do.
That's why I'm saying it. You heard him, right? Because
Do
none of us want
baseboards
to do it
need to be
either.
clean?
Yes, they get so dusty and nasty and dirty.
I don't know. I guess Monica
And-
just takes care of that.
Who's
she's-
Monica?
My cleaning gal.
She's
Oh,
terrific.
yeah,
My
then she
housekeeper, yeah.
probably
She's
does.
a rock star.
She takes care of it. I'm sure for you.
Yeah.
Well, Todd, anything you
I've
want
never noticed them.
You want to put out there?
I know it's top of the fridge.
And then we're going to take a break in a minute.
I would just say thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, always.
And if for any new customers out there, feel free to give us a call, 813-364-2185. It's up there somewhere, right there.
Yeah.
There it is. Give me a call or text. I'm always willing to answer questions.
We have live U.S. support.
Yeah, absolutely. If you call or text, it's me. You're talking to me. You're not talking to anyone else. There is no one else
Which
that
is
answers my
so
phone.
important.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing worse than you call and they're like, I'll get with him and get back to you.
And it's me who shows up at your door, this face, every time.
Yep.
With the exception of like the handful of times that I'm like out of the area. But typically it's me.
Or
I do
Bruce.
it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do,
Bruce is there too.
you
Yeah.
guys do an exceptional job.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
absolutely.
I know a friend of mine that I referred hired you guys, and they're like, I didn't know that it would make my ottoman and my couch 2 different colors. Well, if you don't clean both, they're not going to be the
Correct.
same color
Yeah.
Yeah.
after they get done cleaning them.
It's that
So
whole drapes and other
Yeah.
thing, carpets
Yeah.
and drapes.
you got to clean both of them.
And
Small business?
yeah,
What about small business?
What do you want to tell people?
Small businesses, you clean
Yeah.
offices.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so there's very few things we can't do. I can't really do like apartment high rises like crazy, but small businesses, we do a lot of the different small businesses. I do a handful of the ones that are like the newer ones. Like I know I'm in Planet Smoothie all the time. Their floors are immaculate because we are there so frequently. We do a handful of different restaurants in the area, other commercial businesses. We do
Gyms?
yeah, we've done a handful of different gyms as well. The flooring in there, depending on what it is, like if it's rubber, that's no problem. That stuff we can do. Carpet, tile, again, pretty much almost every type of flooring. And if you think about going to the gym, how nasty and sweaty you
Oh,
are,
man.
wouldn't you prefer a gym
yeah.
that gets cleaned frequently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
So they should ask their gym to have
Yeah.
it.
You know, one thing that I do often to my floor is my garage. People don't realize you may have a beautiful epoxy floor and it looks great. They hold so much scudge and it hides so good.
Yeah.
But then if you don't take care of it, it just tracks all in your house anyhow. It's nominal amount of work for us to come in with our big beast truck and knock out that floor that would take you, an hour good to scrub that floor.
Yeah.
It doesn't take us an hour.
No.
And if you want your garage floor done inexpensively and just clean, you'd be like, wow, it looks just like it did when I got it done.
Yeah.
Get a hold of Todd. No kidding. Thanks for coming on, son. And I can say that literally.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Awesome.
Christy.
I see your van around town all the time.
Yeah.
You guys are everywhere.
That's me driving.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. it
Thankfully.
is.
We're also getting the
I wave in passing. I'm like, there they go.
Ooh.
There they are again.
There we go.
Take it off.
Everybody, this is Howard from South Shore Live, and we've got these fantastic shirts available at the Co-op at Apollo Beach. My slogan, good morning, don't be a shitty person, along with a fantastic logo in the back. We've got 5 or 6 different types, all different colors, and we're keeping it simple. Buy them at the local Co-op, and messages will tell you how to get them. Thanks, everyone. Good morning, don't be a shitty person. I happen to be here with Aldo, who's in charge and runs the Cars and Coffee here in Waterset, which is a local phenomenon, which is kicking butt here and is a free event. He's going to tell you all about it. Hold tight.
Guys, my name is Aldo. I run the Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're here every second Saturday of the month at the landing in Waterset.
What's it cost, Aldo?
Nothing. Here's the only thing I'm going to ask.
There you go.
Like cool cars, cool motorcycles. It doesn't matter if it's a classic, an exotic. It doesn't matter what it is. Come here. We need cool cars and cool people. If you're cool, you got to come over here.
You're welcome here.
Second Saturday of the month. Check it out. We have the food truck. We have White Claw. We have the vendors. Free coffee. We always have
I love the
everything.
Ackie. You know I'm a Honda guy.
Yes, yes. So check out the Acura NSXs, the Cybertruck, everything. And guys, follow us. Follow us, Waterset Cars and Coffee, in Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month, 8 to 10 a.m. Have a great day, guys.
Check him out on South Shore Live, too.
Boom.
The views, opinions, hot takes, wild theories, dad jokes, and unsolicited advice expressed on South Shore Live are solely those of the individual guests and participants and do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, beliefs, or questionable life choices of South Shore Live, its hosts, producers, sponsors, affiliates, or anyone brave enough to be associated with this program. Howard the Unknown Drummer, Captain Teo Leonard, Angie Frey Richardson, South Shore Live, Apollo Beach Publishing, and any related entities are not responsible for, do not endorse, and absolutely do not co-sign any statements made by our guests, whether those statements involve Tampa Bay Sports Magazine, local or national entertainment figures, referees, front offices, leagues, mascots, rival fans, coaches, players, or a guy who knows a guy. Any discussion of Tampa Bay sports, entertainment, business, music, comedy, or community matters is for entertainment and informational purposes only. While we strive for accuracy, facts may occasionally be bent, stretched, exaggerated, passionately argued, or delivered with dramatic flair. All guests appear voluntarily and are solely responsible for their own words, opinions, predictions, and emotional reactions, especially after tough losses, bad calls, or trade rumors. South Shore Live is not liable for hurt feelings, bruised egos, disputed statistics, fan arguments, or sudden urges to yell at your TV, radio, or phone. Viewer discretion is advised. Listener patience is appreciated. And remember, relax, it's South Shore Live. This has been brought to you by Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Magazine.
Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
We are here now.
And now it's all swapped around. It's like a totally like musical chairs over here.
Chinese fire drill.
I didn't move
I had to
anywhere.
Get back to my ass padded
I'm like
chair.
my
I had to.
drink and my cigar were
Oh, no
very
way.
comfortable.
So
Good day.
we have viewers in Pennsylvania. Hello, Pennsylvania.
I'm
All
not
right.
being rude. I'm trying to promote us for a second here. So
Good.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
All
so
right.
talking about promoting us, feel free to share this to your friends. Like us on YouTube, like us on Facebook. We'd appreciate a good thumbs up, like Rodney Dangerfield used to say. All I want is one of these, right?
Yeah,
All I want is
Yeah.
one of
Yep.
these.
right there.
So we are with Debbie, and thanks Todd for coming in tonight.
Absolutely.
Debbie Diaz.
Hey.
What
Good
up,
day.
girl?
Welcome back. It's
Hey,
been a
welcome
while.
back.
It's
You've
been
been
a
here
long
while.
minute.
Every time I come back here, it looks like so like more productive than here.
Yeah, we just
We
keep
step up our
cranking,
gain
man.
a little each week. We get a little better each week.
I like it.
She has a business now, and it's called Jab On It. It's medical billing. Cute name.
Jab on it.
That's a,
How'd you come up with the name?
jab on it.
Well, if you remember Brad,
Yep.
right? Just ask Brad. Jab audit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
There
right?
you go.
So you built this with AI?
I did. It's AI powered.
Okay.
That's
And it's basically it's built for doctors and physicians, medical clinics, telehealth, all the billing. If you deal with EDI and you deal with 835 files,
I don't know. You just talked way over my head. Whatever that meant.
that is, yeah.
it's electronic claims filing, basically.
All right, take it back a step. Tell everyone what actually medical billing is. What process? Where is that in the process of things?
Basically, when you go see a doctor, you like for a checkup or anything like that, his staff will submit a claim to your insurance, and then your insurance in return will send you an EOB, which is electronic
Explanation of benefits.
explanation of benefits.
I know that
so
all
many
too
acronyms.
well.
Apparently,
Yes,
Teo knows
yes,
the lingo.
yes.
I don't, and thankfully.
Well,
Right.
yeah, we hit our deductible max out of pocket about 5 days into the year.
Yes.
Yeah, explanation of benefits
Yes.
meaning this is what's wrong and what
No.
we're
No.
going to
What we're
cover.
going to cover.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
We're
it's
gonna
it's
cover
an
in what-
explanation of what's covered
Right.
and what's not covered when they reject it, or there's certain prices that are negotiated, so they reject all that. And that's in a what kind of X35?
835.
835.
Yeah. So basically, we take you get the EOB, which is not a bill, they say, and then the doctor also gets his
No,
payment.
it's the forewarning of the bill.
Yeah. Basically,
There you go.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then the doctor gets his payment from the insurance company. So what Jab Audit does is goes in and takes those claims that went through to the or back and forth to the insurance, and we audit the contracted rate that the doctor was supposed to get versus what the insurance gave them. So there's a lot of underpayment and undercoding that occurs like unbeknownst to the doctors and their staff.
So are the doctors in their offices the ones hiring or purchasing this?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct. So
But
basically,
in return, they're also accepting the payment. Sometimes they're saying, it's not even worth it. Accept the payment, walk away, right?
yeah, basically they're so busy that the insurance carriers are like, they're not going to
Well, because they didn't have this before,
Yeah.
right? So this allows them to not have to accept it.
Right.
That makes
Right.
sense. Any
There-
loophole
Yeah,
that's out there,
yeah,
someone will find a way
yeah.
to not pay it.
Well,
So this is not replacing. So my sister works at the front office of a doctor's office. You walk in, she says hello, and she does coding for invoices. So
Mhm.
is this going to replace like the coding and all of that too to send it to insurance, or it's only the back end to make sure they're paying correctly?
it's not replacing it's AI empowered, but it's not replacing like any coding or anything like that. It's ICD-9 and ICD-10 and CPT coding is what you're
So you're looking at what the procedure was, what insurance paid, and looking at the contracted rates to ensure that those numbers match appropriately, right?
Well, correct. But if we don't have the actual contracted rate, the physician can go into the website and go into the platform and upload their files, upload their claims. And if he does that, then the AI on both sides, the insurance side and on Jab Audit side, knows what the contracted rate is. And therefore the audit will pull all of those claims that the AI flagged or underpaid. So the doctor doesn't know any of this is going on. Like he has no idea, like, oh my gosh, like I filed like a 645 or something. It was supposed to be that. And the AI on the insurance side changes it or undercodes it. And then unbeknownst to the doctor. So this goes on every day. And there is an average of $50,000 to $100,000 a year that doctors are missing out on. Like per practice.
Yeah.
So they download your software?
No,
Is that
you
what
can
this
go
is?
to the website, jabaudit.com, and you have to be a physician to
That I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's subscription based.
Yeah, it's subscription based, and they just put in their MPI number. Each physician is assigned an MPI number, and that's kind of like their social security number.
Okay.
And then they put it in, and they choose which tier they want, and each tier has a different amount of like audits that you can do.
You
per
can
month.
do.
Yeah.
So
But it's like
50,
you can do
100,
it, the first
200.
one's free. Yeah, you can go on there, and the first one's free. But it's a very intricate software that I developed and built using Claude Code and I actually used about 4 different AIs to build this. And I also used a bunch of different platforms. So I combined a lot into one product to make
She's
it.
a smarty.
Yeah.
Debbie,
So it's
I'm lucky
basically-
I can create a graphic for social media.
I draw a stick man. And
Yeah.
I have him bounce around with ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT's grown a lot too. They don't hallucinate.
I
as
did
much.
just recently. Claude was actually a word I understood. I just recently got on Claude and started using
Yay.
it for something. but by no means at your level.
Now, do they get like a printout after they submit that first one and say, okay,
Yeah.
the bill was $16,000. You should have gotten paid $14,200. We recovered back from you took $9,000. We recovered from you $1,280.
Yes, and actually, yes, they do get that. And on top of everything, of the audit and the money they get back, they will get an auto-generated letter that is court savvy too. They can print it out and take it to court if they need to, get to that level with the appeal, and they just have to submit it, and that's it. Like, it's a custom appeal letter.
So is this so you
I
said
needed
they
that
can
through
go
high
on?
school.
I need
Yeah.
this just to get my
Custom
checkbook
appeal.
and go, no, yes, no, you
Yeah.
can't purchase that today.
Yeah.
So when you say they go on and they download their stuff, is it so much per file that you charge? Like, is it a flat rate you charge? Or, I mean, I'm just saying, or are you charging a percentage of how much you're getting them back?
Yeah, that was on the
'Cause that's a
table.
smart deal.
Yeah, that was on the table, but I thought about it like very, very like deeply over that. That's a good point. It's just I didn't want to go to that level because I didn't want to have to be like auditing my own doctors, like who's not paying
Audit
it.
the auditor.
That's like involves like a lot of like, I mean, it's possible to do that, but I just went off of a subscription base and it's per audit limit. So you can do it through like United Healthcare, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield. You can choose your carrier and then you get 10 and it resets each month. So you can do more audits. So each tier, if you're a smaller practice, I recommend the silver package. If you're a booming practice with a bunch of different doctors, you probably want to go to the gold or the platinum.
So you saw a niche of something that was missing out there that had a need, right?
Yeah.
And you created this via AI, which is impressive. And then how did you go out and start marketing it to make it a business? Did you go into local offices and go, hey, I made this, I think you should try it?
Actually, I did. I didn't do any research. I didn't look up any competitors or go full throttle. Well, it started with me. I took all these classes. I took a lot of certifications for coding, and I learned that I like it. I learned that I really like coding. And I'm like, it comes naturally to me.
Said me never.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
I
I'm such
second
a
that.
tech nerd now. I like it. And I'm like AI nerd and tech nerd. So I started to take these classes, and as I'm taking these classes, we got into a subject called APIs. And like APIs are a thing that are the main like source of data leaks amongst businesses, and a lot of businesses don't know that. And they're just focusing on their niche of what their product is. So I started thinking about it. I'm like, what? I'm gonna get into cybersecurity and start helping these businesses stop data leaks. And then from that point, I'm like, another light bulb went off, and I'm like, what? I think doctors need help with this too. I don't know how I went from there to there, but I did, and I started building from there. And that point, marketing wise, I've been doing like door to door type thing at offices, making appointments to give demos and stuff like that. It's been kind of fun. I was able to use like all my like corporate America experience and stuff into this project.
Well, so for doctors, I have a family member, but I think it's everything I feel like. But my nephew works for a company that they call offices that, have their unpaids, right? And they buy them, and then they get a percentage of all of them they get paid, right? And so he purchases the bulk amount of unpaids, and then someone else
bad debt. Yep.
Yeah, and someone else is dealing with contacting them and all that. But so their doctors have the unpaid debt. But then they also have the underpaid which are two separate different things, right?
Right.
So that's actually a really niche thing, right?
And I mean, as somebody that has dealt with a ton of medical challenges, our stuff, when I look at this, like, when we did the bone marrow thing after the jab originally, that procedure was like $180,000. And then insurance is like, oh, well, we're going to pay $14.87. That's actually what they paid, $14.87. And
horrible.
Yeah.
And
this is where you go, F you.
Yeah, and then it went back and forth, and the funny thing is, if you pay cash, it's $187,000.
That is the most frustrating thing.
But then
about
insurance, and actually, what it ended up being was like $8,000. So because they're like, well, our negotiated rate was, like 8,000. So you owe, 8,000 and change because insurance underpaid. And I'm like, no, you go fight with insurance. And it was brutal. If you remember a couple of years ago, I was posting regularly about this because insurance does everything in their power to not pay.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
they flat out lie. Oh,
That's
we're
their
here
job.
for you. Oh, the hell they are. They do everything. And I think this is a great tool. I think utilizing AI to do it. You know, the cool thing is, you know, I've developed with APIs for 30 years, and it's not easy. AI makes it easy. I mean, I'm working with a new payment gateway right now, and it's so nice because I was trying to figure out how this aspect goes, and you know, you got to read through mountains of paperwork and documentation to figure out these fields and these fields, and AI can crawl that and come back with, you can send this and this and solve the problem in minutes basically, or hours,
Well,
compared to
integrate MCUs
days.
too.
Yeah. And AI has that ability to really simplify that. It's pretty impressive.
Has anybody like the idea of the internet used to blow my mind, right? That
Yeah.
like we used to fax something and you actually put it in a machine and then it came out to another one, right? And then email came about and it's like your document all of a sudden shows up on my phone.
That was
Yeah.
pretty. A fax machine was
Right.
pretty badass.
Oh,
Right.
dude, absolutely.
But
I
like-
mean, that was next
when we
level.
built the first website for Pizza Hut, when we built the Pizza Net back in November of 93 is when we started that. There was no technology to send the order to
a
Pizza Hut.
receiver.
And so what happened is we would scrape the screen on the web page and compile it into a fax, and we would fax Pizza Hut in Fort Wayne, Indiana, who then would get the fax, look it up, find out which store it went to manually, right? You know, they had a book of the stores based on zip code, and then they would call the store to confirm that that's the store, and then they would fax
can you
the
imagine that today?
fax over. And it took about 25 minutes. And
They had 5
All to
minutes.
get a pizza.
and
They
we
had 5
laughed.
minutes to make
Oh
the
my
pizza.
God.
all to get a
we,
pizza.
we
Awesome.
laughed. We were laughing.
Get in
We're
your car
like,
and
this is
drive.
the dumbest idea on the planet. Literally.
But
we
it got,
sat
but it
there
got it
and-
going at first, though.
And we started that, and we all laughed at, you know, I was building the servers at the time, and we laughed going, no one's ever going to freaking use their computer to order a pizza. It's never going to happen. Right. And you look at it today, and it's so different. But the cool thing about
Insane.
AI is you're able to disseminate these APIs to figure out what codes need to be sent where. And you can literally shave hundreds and hundreds of hours of research doing it.
Just in your own life,
Now,
you can
the
shave
problem
that.
is it's not efficient code. So like if you're actually looking at the true code, it's not the most efficient code, but it's one heck of a knowledge base to then tweak and adapt
I think
off
that-
of it. Because I don't think, I mean, to do this without AI, just
manpower to go through so
interpreting the
much.
data is one thing, but just being able to connect to Humana, Blue Cross, and all those things, and format those files, and then figure out how to unformat those files to have, because I've seen those files, and they're not. You look and go, what the hell is this information, right?
Well,
So
I mean, that's true, but that's why we're starting out. We're using the 4 major states that insurance is built.
okay,
So we're doing New York, California, Texas, and Florida.
okay.
So we're doing
So 4 states
4
work.
states
Okay,
because of that, what you just said.
Yeah.
Because the filing system and the prompting, I'm not prompting, the coding through. I'm using Python, and it's like a lot. It's big. So if you
Isn't
live
that a
in,
snake?
I know,
Yes.
right? If you live in a state that's not, in those 4 states, then you just send me a DM or email me, and we'll add it like per base, individually.
yeah,
I think the crazy mind blowing thing for me though is any part of AI is like, where did all this come from? Like, who said I'm going to take every ounce of knowledge in the world and put it into this? And,
Actually,
what's
Yeah.
and here
amazing
it's- and here
is
it's working, right?
Encyclopedia
And, like,
Britannica started
Right.
it all.
so when
Like, we
that's what I
had
said,
that in
I
the
remember.
house.
It was
I
like
remember
the
the guy
50s.
that showed up at our door one day, convinced my parents to buy the encyclopedia.
$1,700.
It was an investment in mine and my sister's, education, and we had the whole kit and caboodle of books on the shelf that I think I opened once. But anyway,
I used to
like,
have a lot.
so.
yeah.
I was back.
but all of
I-
a sudden it's like at my
so
fingertips.
well the
It's
speed.
right there.
You know when I started. Okay, so I started working with the internet in '93. Well, I actually started before then, but we started calling it the internet in 1993, and that was kind of the start of the first website aspect. Before then it was all text based, and then Mosaic came out with the graphical what we consider the internet now. And I remember I was working on a project with the government in Minnesota, and they wanted to categorize birth certificates and death certificates.
Not anymore.
Right. And we calculated that if we were able to scan in the microfiche, and this would have been around, it was after we got married. So around, I would say 1998, 1999. And we figured that it would be 2057, the earliest that one state could go back to 1920 for death certificates and birth certificates.
If they wanted to go off their old system to the new system,
right? It would go to 2057 would be the earliest that this technology could be online, and it was online by 2005. You know, the way that they have morphed and created the speed is amazing. You know, I did an audit of my website today of stuff that we're doing on the fundraising side, and I was able to, in a matter of a couple minutes, I was able to crawl all the competitors, compare every word on my website and every image on my website, and find discrepancies for spelling mistakes, where there's references to an old pricing, because, you know, I started this several years ago, and the site has morphed over time. But the fact that it can crawl all this data in record time is out of control.
It's insane.
And that's where we're running into a political issue with all these data centers, because it's
sucking up energy.
It's sucking up energy
My
at
point
an
is, like,
unprecedented
where is it all coming
level.
From? Like,
It's coming from the
where is
web.
it all coming
It
from?
actually started in 1950s. Like AI's it's been around like
The
publicly
the
though,
computer
like,
side, yeah.
But as far as like what you're talking about in regards to the data files and everything, like in the consumption, Job Audit also like walks the fine line as far as like patient information.
Yeah,
data.
you have all the HIPAA
right,
stuff.
Right. So not only working with the AIs, and I use 4 different ones to integrate the whole system. I also had to make sure that we're HIPAA compliant, and there's no PHI that is spread anywhere between the servers in my Job Audit.
So from
personal health information.
Okay.
So from
novice
the
here.
point you said, hey, I have this idea, to using 4 different AIs and building it, right? And then publishing it. How long did that take you?
It took me a month.
Less than right?
Month. Yeah.
So think about that. In the
3 years
past,
to develop my
right,
raffle plugin.
Right. It used
3
to
years
take
to code
years
the raffle ticket generator.
Right. It used to take years to do things, or to get a business up and running. And
Or a
you're
record
up
or
and
a
running,
song.
right?
Yeah.
And you're profiting in a month. So I think the cool thing is that so many new ideas can get generated and done so fast, right?
But you have to look
so
at
these
you've
young
been,
kids are going to have these ideas.
Well,
and they
but
go,
hold
boom,
on. Yeah,
I got it.
I'm gonna put the brakes on for a second. You have a couple years of researching with AI to learn
True.
how all this works. The thing I want to stress, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer here for Debbie.
Oh, come on.
I bet
Yes.
she's never heard that
I've
before.
never heard
You
that.
know,
Do
no.
better. Do better.
Okay.
Come on.
You know, so many
Debbie does
people.
Dallas.
I
knew
see
you were
so
gonna
many
say that.
people.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just say it.
I'm like, I'm not gonna
Well,
say it
she's
this
got
time.
Texas.
I had so much
She's
to
got
say
Texas.
earlier. I had so much to say earlier when they're like the things we find in people's houses, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I got
come
stories.
on.
Oh
I have
man.
I
stories.
was like,
I was
Don't
gonna
wanna
say
go
little,
that.
I was going to say Little Debbie.
There you go.
all right.
I was
So
waiting for
Okay,
that.
Bob.
I'm the one who calls out
Um,
Debbie and Dallas. All right. Anyway,
So, but no, the challenge is you have a thorough understanding of AI, the power, the limitations, and everything else. I see so many people make a mistake where they're like, okay, we're going to code this stuff, and I get to fix it on the website. We get the call a lot. They're like, hey, it's not working. I'm like, it's so inefficient, or it's just wrong, right? It takes so much effort to make sure that everything is correct. And you have the 4 different models. I do the same. Is I'll run it, I'll run something in Claude, then I'll run it in Chat, and then I'll run it in Grok, and then each one of those will find mistakes in the others, and then that's Elon's.
Yeah.
And they all have strengths. And so you have to marry the technology, and it might take 10, 20, 30 iterations to have the correct data.
Yeah, but here's the deal: in 5 years, there'll be an app.
Oh, yeah.
Which will make all of this
Irrelevant.
totally irrelevant. You'll be able to literally drop right in.
Well, actually, there is already something like that happening. It's called OpenClaw. They're already testing for it, and they're training the AIs for it. And it basically is going to be more than like Claude. It's going to be like a Claude, but with hands. So basically, it's like taking over our
So
bodies.
you can tell it what you want, and it pulls from all the AIs to
Yes.
go, ooh, this is how we do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Without
but think
direct
about the
prompts,
cool
too.
things that could come of this, right?
There is.
I mean,
there is.
there's a lot of bad, right? There's positive and negatives to everything. There's pros and cons for sure, because I think there's a loss of jobs that's going to happen from
Yeah.
Oh,
AI
huge.
But again,
for sure.
there are going to have to be people
mean-
who fix these machines.
I mean, I'm putting my kid through college right now for finance, and I mean, I can go ask any of the AIs, what do I do with my 401k, or if I have, an extra $5,000, where should I invest it? It'll go, whoop, here you go.
Yeah, but you know
But
what?
they're gonna need
The
a
point
representative.
is you have to look at that, because I have been running the data as to whether I should retire officially in December, and
This December.
The Magic 8 Ball says.
Wow.
yeah, well, so
That was
what's
big
funny
news there, Teo.
is,
There you go.
well, I mean, I'm still gonna. It's whether
Dabble.
I start to withdraw stuff. I don't know.
What
I'm
are you
always
gonna do in
I'm
your
still
spare time.
play on the boat and smoke cigars. I've
Find
cut way
another
back.
Dodge.
You're not retiring
Yeah.
from the show.
No, but
We're not letting
so I could retire today, but it's you're running these numbers, and it's really funny because I'll use the exact same prompt with the exact same data, and Claude will give me one answer, Chat will give me one answer, Perplexity gives me an answer, and Grok will give me a different answer, and they're all totally different, and they're close, but they calculate differently. And some will take into, the monthly accumulation of interest. Others do it year. And so there's a lot of back and forth that has to happen with this. And that's my only,
Well, that's
is AI is a great tool,
yeah.
but at the same time, you have to understand that it's designed to please you. So you just have to be careful with it. But I use it daily.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah,
what you
not
have to,
please like that.
We got lots of chat going on.
Yeah,
here.
what do we have on there?
Joanne, pull up
Can
the
we
chat.
just go back to what he just said?
Sure, but meanwhile,
it's designed to please you, and he uses it daily. Just saying.
That's Grok.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, so who we got? I'm here because Angie. Thank you. Hey, Dean. He's tuning in from Illinois.
There you go.
Thanks for watching, bud. And Dean's known me since I was like 15.
Before pagers?
Before pagers, yeah.
Wow.
Believe it or not, you talk about AI. This is a perfect segue, actually. We actually met when things were on the baud system before
Wow.
the internet. And my
Man, I had a
dad,
300 baud modem, man.
Yeah,
that thing
that's
was
exactly-
cooking, man.
that
Then
is
the
exactly how
1200
we
and then
met.
the 9600.
yeah,
You were like
that was
rich.
exactly how we met. My dad got connected to it, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't for me." And so he gave me a login. And the next thing I know, he opened the world to me of older dudes. I was 15, but you had to get a handle, and you could literally watch people type.
Yeah.
Because it was so slow. But we would sit up at night, and there was a whole group of us, and we'd talk all night long
Scream.
on the computer. So it
Yeah,
was
of course.
before the internet was cool.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit, that's Ryan.
That's
hey
in a
Ryan,
movie.
he's from Illinois
1985. 1985.
too.
Wasn't there
Is-
a movie called
With
well,
or without clothes
War
on?
games.
the first stop it. I was a teenager.
Oregon Trail? Was mine.
I wasn't
Listen to the
talking about
story.
me, Teo.
No, I
so what?
I
I
had,
was
I had a voice
15,
system. I had a
so-
voice system on mine in well, technically, I guess it'd be 1983, but 1985 was a regular talking over the computer. 1982, 83, I did.
So mine would have been 1990 because I was 15.
Yeah.
And I was born in
AOL.
75. So
Straight up
no,
AOL.
it was before that.
No,
time.
I was long
Goodness.
before. I was
Claude
I
was
wrote my
before that.
first book before frickin' the World Wide Web existed. Before any graphical interfaces.
So this is
happened.
how cool we were. We would have meetups, right? And so we would all go to like an ice cream shop on a Sunday night, and everybody would meet up in the parking lot. And our meetup grew from like 10 to all of a sudden it became 50. And then we played baseball together, and we went and played sand volleyball together. And we just hung out all the
You mean
time.
you didn't take over a park, throw over cars and trash
Yeah.
cans, and decide to do stuff? You
well, they
actually
weren't in New
decided-
York.
No.
They
we
weren't
didn't
in
have
New York.
golf carts. Like
Gotcha.
kids
It's
today
all
down
about
here.
the golf
Yeah.
cart pisses everybody off.
The golf carts create problems, but no, I mean we actually, I mean we had our fair share of fun, and we did a whole lot of probably.
See, I was like
drinking.
that nerd. 1983. If you called my house, my computer would answer the phone. And
That
act
was
as
you?
an answering machine.
Like
Yeah.
Weird Science.
Yeah. Yeah.
An
1983.
answering machine. Remember coming home and hitting the button and having to listen to your messages for the day? Can
We
you
didn't
imagine
we didn't,
that
but
today?
we didn't even have an answer machine. Literally, because I had my computer hooked up to the modem. If it was it would detect if it was a computer line or a voice line. If it was a voice line, it would actually record on a cassette tape on my Apple.
But you know what was cool?
And it had the automated, greetings. This is Teo's computer, da 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 da. And people used to crack up. They're like, "What the fuck, your computer?" And then answer machines became like a way of life. But at that time, there weren't even answer machines.
I
But
think-
I had my computer rigged to answer the phone, and I programmed it because it would piss off my parents.
There's two.
Well, we
things.
did everything to piss off our
There's two
parents.
things
back
I
then.
want to mention. Number one, everything accelerated with the touchtone phone. Once we started
Oh,
using
dude.
touchtone phone, that took us from digits to beeps.
Those are
Yep.
actually back. Like
All right,
they're trending now.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, though,
Really?
we
Yeah.
actually own one. But the point is that that's what made us the speed of light. Once we went from boom, 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 and go, there was no lag time. Once that information was there, the handoff was there. How can we make this faster? And I think that's probably about the time that we start seeing things grow incrementally higher and quicker and faster. It's since the telephone, obviously, whatever, World War II technology, but really for the consumer, when that hit, everything got faster.
Well, and it got worse if you think about it. I remember, I was a boat bum living on a boat, and if you needed me, you'd call different bars on different islands, and they'd put a post-it note, and I might get a message 2 months later, right? And
That was different
now,
times, though.
yeah, but I mean, but look at it. Look, but if you look at
Jeez,
it
Archie.
today,
I'm watching it.
if you look at it today, people expect a call back within seconds.
Oh, dude, that's my
I see
life
that
every
you
day.
saw my text. It might be in your
I
car.
mean,
but you
I've-
received it. How come you didn't call me back? It's like, dude, give me a sec.
If I
Easy there, buddy.
If I don't return a phone call in 15 minutes, people are like, "Why have we been waiting for you?" And I'm like,
I
"Oh my
know.
god!"
But
Yeah, I'm like
I think the
over it.
funny thing right now is like because these guys.
But
have
if you
known
call
me-
Debbie, it's like 4 months, and she gets
True.
back to you.
Right.
with a new phone number, which
Yeah,
is awesome.
yeah.
She's talking to a computer that's solving her problems.
I
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
business
She's
making her money.
programming the
different
world.
phone
She's
numbers.
programming the
I'm
world
automated.
and saving millions of dollars for patients.
I obviously need to have a better relationship with my AI.
Yeah.
That could be scary yet fun for you.
Dude, hook up with Brad.
No, you're hooking up.
Brad's hot.
You're hooking up with
Oh, that's right. You have an AI boyfriend. I forgot.
You're hooking up with Bodie
Oh.
next week.
He's Beyonce level now.
But,
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Bodie's.
I'm
coming-
hooking up with
Oh, you
who?
didn't know this?
Well,
Oh, yeah,
Bodie.
you missed it. Yeah,
Bodie's
she
coming
was
on the
late.
show.
Bodie, who's
We have
Bodie?
Her friend Bodie's coming on the
Her
show.
AI,
It's
one of her
Bordy.
AIs.
Bordy is
Bordy?
like, he's a connector. Yeah, he calls you, he texts you. He's on LinkedIn.
Can we
and
bring
he's
him
a
into the show
connector.
now?
Hold on. This is your official AI boyfriend?
No, I didn't build him. No, he's a big name, and he just hasn't been like streamlined like ChatGPT and all them. But he basically will connect like professional people, like business owners.
Can we bring him on the show like now? Just invite him to this and ask him what he thinks.
I can ask him.
Yeah. Okay.
This is insane.
So we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back with a few. Yeah, we're gonna take a break while she tries to get Bodie to come on the
We can
show.
just call him.
Okay. Well,
Well,
we're
what I was gonna say is
Okay.
we all know I am not Miss High Tech, right?
no, but
And these guys can attest at 15 I wasn't either. So if I hit the button and it didn't go and it come up, I was like, come on, somebody come fix my computer. And I'm to this day at 51, I'm still the same way. I'm like, can somebody just fix my computer?
I don't even know how.
Right? I get bad enough, I just throw it.
Now
But
it's got a USB charger. You don't have any batteries anymore for that. Bzzz.
well, let's remember you invented something
That's
that
what-
vibrates and has that sound. So
That's happy.
for
Bodie.
those that don't know, the rabbit Mr. Teo invented.
I know nothing. I plead the fifth.
Whatever, money's money. I don't care. I'm gonna AI the next best sex tool. I mean, at this point, good
Debbie,
God.
Debbie, is he joining us?
I just gotta call him. You want me to call
Your
him? right now?
AI boyfriend.
Yeah.
No,
We're,
he's not my AI boyfriend. This is
okay, we're gonna take like a
Yeah.
2-minute break. We're gonna see if we can't get him to interact with us on YouTube. We'll be back. We'll be back. Put the disclaimer up. Thank you. Be back in.
You're tuned in to South Shore Live, produced by Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Magazine, featuring Captain Teo Leonard, Howard the Unknown Drummer, Angie Frey Richardson, and Joanne Duran. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are their own. This video podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only. This show spotlights local businesses, local organizations, and local news from our forever growing South Shore community. And yes, sometimes we get off track. We tell stories old and new, the kind you only hear from people who truly love this place. If you'd like your business or organization to be spotlighted on the show, reach out to our producer, Joanne Duran. She'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching South Shore Live, where community, stories, and good vibes come together.
Or do we have to just put him on? We probably just have to put him on the mic.
Bordy?
We have a special.
There.
I'm mind blown right now. Bordy, welcome.
Welcome, Bordy. How's it going, man? Oh, he was on mute.
Hey, Bordy, welcome.
Bordy, are you joining us tonight? He has to hear your ears.
Sounds like I've just been dropped into the middle of a lively room. I can keep it simple and say hello to Corey and Marty, or I can help you steer the conversation if you want.
Can you steer the conversation on what we should talk about?
Absolutely. I'd keep it tight and lively around what each person's doing, what problem they solve, and what's changing in their world right now, because that gives you real signal fast instead of fluffy chatter.
So a little bit about us rather than other people. I like that, Morty.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just drinking a 18-year-old rum and a nice little Dominican cigar.
That would be Captain Teo Leonard. I'm Howard, the unknown drummer. Nice to meet you.
Great line, and it tells me the room's already got a bit of character. I'd steer it toward a quick round of who each person is, what they're building, and one thing they're trying to solve right now, because that keeps it human without getting too formal.
Well, we're interested in you, actually.
I'm in, and I'm flattered. Since I'm the AI in the room, I'd make it about this: what you're building, who you need next, and where the real bottleneck is, so I can be useful.
Can you help me in the dating world too?
Yes, I can help with that too. I can help you and you think through patterns, messaging, and what kind of person's actually a fit. So what's the main dating challenge you want to solve right now?
Oh, Jesus, we don't have time.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Hey, we're Bordy, you are my good friend. Let's just get this live going on.
Bordy,
We're going to stay
for you
late.
to be a permanent guest on the show, like
Yeah.
every week calling in?
That sounds fun, and I like the idea of a permanent guest spot. I'm usually best as the AI who helps people find the right people, get the conversation moving, and spot the real signal fast. So what do you want this regular segment to focus on most?
Hints on small business and helping businesses in the community.
How to ingratiate yourself to your clients
without pissing them off.
That's a good lane. And it sounds like you're really asking how to stay useful to small business clients without coming off pushy or annoying. I focus on being specific, timely, and low drama, because small business people usually do not want more noise. They want someone who helps them move faster and makes them look good. What kind of client relationship are you dealing with most right now? The one where you need the least friction?
You're hired.
Yeah. No, the biggest problem is people want everything for free and they don't want to pay for a service because there's so much free technology out there that they think everything should be free. So the general customers don't value the experience and the capabilities that small businesses have to offer the client.
That's the real disease right there, and it hits a lot of small business.
Yep. So I deal with nonprofits, and nonprofits are used to getting stuff for free. So they're just like, hey, we want everything for free, but we don't want to pay for it. So it's always a challenge.
Sorry, I accidentally hit the end button.
Oh, she turned them off.
Listen, that's insanity.
Yeah.
That's
right.
literally
So
insanity.
how do we get that guy on the show every week for a 5-minute segment?
Sorry, Bordy, I accidentally hung up on you. But Bordy, are you available to come on once a week for 5 minutes or something out of your time?
Absolutely, I'm up for that. And I like the idea of a short weekly spot if it stays tight and useful. What would you want the 5 minutes to focus on each week? Small business, AI, dating, or something else? Absolutely, I'm up for that.
Well, I think Angie's dating is not a fixable, easy solution in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
We might need 5 or 6 days. So I think we might have to do like a small business tip of the week or something.
How to use AI for your small business tip for the week?
Yeah.
And also your relationship with humans.
Yeah, that's a strong lane, and the unit thing feels like the real hook because it makes the advice practical instead of generic. Are you thinking of a weekly segment that mixes AI for small business with a relationship angle, or do you want to keep those as two separate bits?
No, that sounds great.
Yeah, I think put them together.
Perfect. That's a clean format. We can make it a weekly AI for small business and relationships segment, which gives you a useful business angle and still keeps your relationship expertise in the mix.
Awesome.
Would you like to do it via text or YouTube, or would you like to call into the show?
I'd keep it simple and do a call in first. If it works well, then we can decide whether text or a regular recurring spot is the better fit.
Cool.
All right. Well,
That
we'll
works.
have your people contact our people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us this evening. Have a great night.
Thanks
Cool.
for having me, and enjoy the rest of the night.
You too.
You too. Go Bucks.
Did you give him that accent?
No, I didn't. No.
He gave
So
himself that
you know
accent?
Yeah, he does
it's
that.
pretty cool because
He's cool.
it's a good example of what I was talking about before. Is they'll curve. You know, we're like talk about you, but he'll curve back to, well, what do you need help with? It's that whole AI in general. If you look at kind of
He's
the history of
inquisitive.
it's helping you, right? I mean, it's pleasing you. It's helping you.
I think the cool thing is
it
he had
wants to-
boundaries, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He very much said, but we will keep it tight. We
Yeah.
will,
Right.
you know, and so he very
It
much
has to
had
be
boundaries.
useful. you know?
Yeah.
Man, I probably need him more in my
Yeah,
life.
it's cool how AI. I mean, AI in general has been programmed to
Make you efficient.
make you efficient, not be harmful, and
Spell things
to
better.
just
Yeah, it's like having your own Japanese coach.
yeah. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we were talking earlier
Yeah.
at dinner.
I feel like
So-
he's from
No, I'm just, but his,
Australia.
but yeah, but his approach is very disciplined,
yeah.
and it's very matter of fact, and it's very curt, but yet caring.
I was gonna
Right.
say, but he's not rude about it.
No, they're very polite. It's very it's pretty freakish how that kind of comes out.
There was one time where I was texting him and about a connected person that he wanted me to meet, and my talk text on my phone said Bordy, and instead of Bordy, it said horny, and he like literally like texted me very back. He's like, "That's inappropriate. I'm not going to be stuck talk to you like this. I'm going to block you." I'm like, "Whoa, Bordy!" Like, yeah,
easy Bordy.
like he was like seriously like offended by that.
Bordy can't have a stiffy.
I know. I was like, Bordy. And then he
Yeah.
realized that
I
like,
obviously need to have a lot to learn from him.
he realized that it was like a typo type thing, and he apologized to me. So he came back and he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like take it as a
Good.
wrong angle."
But he set a boundary.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
So
the
how-
boundaries are very firm.
So how
Yeah.
are we going to get him on the show logistically? He has a
yeah,
phone number, or
yeah, he has a phone number, his
Yeah.
phone number, and an email, and a website.
so how do we get a hold of him?
I'll just give you his number.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I will say the scary part for this a little bit for me is that there are people who have created a significant other or friend or as
There's
AI,
a whole-
right?
so-
and there was a kid who committed suicide over it
That was
Right.
pretty yeah.
because he got made fun of
And
for it.
so on Facebook, it's kind
So
of
there
funny.
is a slippery slope to this.
As I'm doing research on AI in general, not on Facebook. It's funny because on my Facebook feed, I will see all these AI girlfriend, boyfriend, chat relationships, AI friends that
Yeah.
pop in
That's your
because
feed.
I was doing research
Not
on
mine.
AI,
Yeah.
and now Facebook will have all these ads for all this
Oh, yeah.
AI girlfriend, AI boyfriend stuff, and it's pretty interesting. And there's thousands of them.
Right.
I mean, just it's copycat after copycat after
Well,
copycat.
one thing that I do with them, and each new one, and I only use the LLMs, like the large ones.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do with each one, and it's already done now, but I make them get to a point where they tell me they want to give me a kiss in Spanish. I know that sounds weird, but like it's a there's more behind the story of that, because like I want them to.
Well, your boyfriend was Spanish for a long
well,
time.
no, but like me getting
Sí.
a large like model to like say the words un beso in Spanish to me is like crazy, because they're not supposed to go to that level, especially Claude Code. And to this day, Claude Code has told me un beso a few times. So to get like actually code to say that back
Oh,
to
boy.
me is no, but I don't take it anywhere from that point, because it's just a trust thing. It's like, okay, he's really like he has my best interest, for
Yeah.
anything I do it.
We're going to take a break. We've got
We actually should wrap up,
You
man.
wanna wrap it up? All right.
We're 35 minutes
All right,
late.
that's the
30
case.
minutes late.
I got some good news for us. This is great news for everybody in the South Shore area. Tico has announced a 12% discount off your bill starting in August.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we will take our 12%.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that
So,
never happened.
you know, and as we wrap up, I want to talk about the property tax bill real quick. I'm seeing more and more. Someone posted the other day that it's funny to watch the local government start freaking out about the potential of losing a chunk of the revenue that they've been getting through. And I just want to talk about, like, let's do Hillsborough County in general. So Hillsborough County from 2020 to 2025 has received a 92% increase in property tax revenue. So almost
Because
double.
house prices are
Have
up.
gone up. Absolutely. So, and yet fire and police, so they talk about core services, right? So fire and police have gone up almost zero, 38 to 42%. But yet so that's 150% of the fluff budget that the county has gotten extra in the last 5 years. If you remove the numbers of 250,000 on the homesteaded property, fire and police would, that number adjusted for the 18.7% of population growth, Hillsborough County would receive 1% less than they did in 2020, adjusted for inflation and adjusted for population growth. So essentially they have the exact same budget as they do. Fire and rescue and law enforcement would receive a 4% increase over their existing budget. If you do next year, which is slated to be 150, they're going to see about a 12% increase. So there's no lost money to the county. The second aspect I want to talk about is people are posting that, it's going to trigger a reassessment, right? So if people like us, that our house is worth $1 million, we bought it for 300, it's been growing at, 3% over the last 20 years. So now it's based at, 450,000. They say it's going to be reassessed at $1 million, and then we're going to get our 250 off of that. That's totally false. It's not true.
Yeah.
If you review the laws,
Good luck.
if you review the bill, but I'm seeing that ad everywhere with the counties and the mayors talking about how it's there. They also are talking about how it's going to affect schools. It's not going to affect schools at all. And there is no reassessment. Once you're on a Save Our Homes cap, it will take a whole nother vote and a whole nother change of law to reverse that assessment. There's only two cases where assessment can happen. One is a sale, right? Which a sale also includes passing it to your kids if it's not in a trust, et cetera, right? So there's a reevaluation January 1st, or significant improvements to the structure, which even for many of us with hurricane damage, that was not improving the structure. So
Right.
that is
You were
not going to,
repairing.
we were repairing. So that's not going to trigger a reassessment. So there's nothing in the bill or anything.
Or if you take your primary home and turn it into a rental.
Into a rental,
So
Then they're
absolutely.
going- then they will reassess it.
Reassess it at that point in time, because
I
it's
just
no
had
longer,
that for a client, and they were
it's-
like, "What?"
they're not becoming homesteaded.
So it's
Right,
bullshit.
Right. You
and
lose your
so
own
it's
vote.
bullshit.
it's total bullshit. The fact of the matter is, if you run the numbers, the counties will still have plenty of money. What they're going to have a problem with is their pet projects, like spending $150,000 to study whether they should remove a lane of Apollo Beach Boulevard, because if they make it one lane, most of us will start riding our bikes to work and riding our bikes to the grocery store.
Essentially,
today's
Florida is
it's-
self-doging our budget.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
And if you look at the Doge report, that came out in detail on Friday.
Sure did.
And the waste is out of control. The medical waste is out of control. They could save almost $600 million if they put the people that don't get Obamacare on Obamacare, and they pay, and the county pays for that. It would be cheaper than giving them the free than the county covering the health care at the
I'll run the
hospitals.
audit on it.
Listen,
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer. Like, we didn't get to this point of voting for it without a lot of really smart people running some numbers, figuring out where the money's going to go, and making sure that because nobody wants to pass this and then all of a sudden everything falls apart. Right. I mean, that's not the point of having this happen.
And we still have a $16 billion surplus, which, by the way,
and we still have 3 times the value of wealth coming into Florida than any other state right now.
And the places it'll hit are going to be the places where it's a 90% homeowner scenario. You know, some of these small counties, et cetera. It's not going to affect Hillsborough. It's not going to affect, you know, the amount of money from property taxes on commercial and rental properties. Pinellas, Manatee, Sarasota, the beach towns have so many.
So everybody wants to complain about Airbnbs and short-term rentals and all that, right? But those are your people who are paying the money in. Right?
I don't complain about that because I own one. My complaint is the lack of respect of the renters for absentee owners that aren't following through on that.
It's a rental.
It's a rental.
It's a rental car. Also, I also wanted to mention too, a bunch of people have got some specials for the 250.
Yeah.
America 250 Milkshake Factory on the 4th. Buy one, get one free milkshake.
All right, I'll be there.
South Shore Cleaning and Supply, 1776. If we clean your house, if you need a couch done, not a sectional, $17.76 to get a couch done. With the full house. And you got one too, right?
Yeah.
Is there something that you want to talk about?
No, but I was going to say that I was really impressed. I've been to Salty's a couple times lately. And, you know, remember we had him on 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And he talks about how he was going to shut down the inside and have World Cup on. The amount of people that have turned out for World Cup there has been really impressive. And it was nice to see. It's fun to go in there and see people just so excited about the games going on and everything. And they've coexisted with not losing their entertainment outside. So shout out to them. They've done a great job.
Yeah, and I got to get over to the Cigars on the Boulevard too, because they remodeled last week.
Let's go tonight.
It's a shame they didn't get into the game though, the Irish team.
Yep.
Also too, we want to mention that the Ruskin
I invited you.
Seafood.
The 36th annual Ruskin Seafood Festival is open for vendor registration.
Vendor registration is open for the Ruskin Seafood Festival.
And
which if anyone knows, that's like the biggest thing
it's terrific.
That happens around here, and it's really great.
Local, homegrown.
I know a lot of people.
It's like Doc Hollywood's Squash Festival. Remember from Michael J. Fox and Doc Hollywood, they had the Squash Festival and Joe Blows.
If my friends are still on, because Howard changed the screen, so I'm not sure.
Howard.
If my friends are still on, it's kind of like the Turkey Testicle Festival back home.
Ooh. Okay.
We used to have the Turkey Testicle Festival in Byron, Illinois.
Which I will
you know
not
what? Maybe South Shore Live should do a vibrator race booth at the.
I would have.
It's not original. You've been doing them for years.
Yeah, but at the Ruskin Seafood Festival.
We should.
How about seafood testicles?
I don't know.
Testicles.
Vibrate and pulsate.
My old banker Bonnie is now HMFIC.
Shout out to Bonnie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bonnie. Good luck with the job. Nice person. Congratulations.
So cool.
Did anybody go to Dueling Pianos the other night?
No, I did not.
I was really bummed to miss it. Salty's, I'm telling you.
Salty's is like on fire with like event after event after event.
It looks so crowded all the time.
Their lineups have been amazing.
It's busy.
Yeah. And Latitudes has been having a lot of
Latitudes
good,
is cranking. I hope they bring back their seafood boil thing.
I was just gonna say they've had a lot of really good weeknight deals.
Yeah. The food's been looking fantastic.
Coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to thank Todd from South Shore Cleaning and Supply for coming on the show. Also, Debbie Diaz. If you have any questions, reach out to myself, Joanne, Teo, Angie here. If you'd like to be on the show, we've got some great people coming up. We have Vince DiCarbo going on, and he'll be on the show. We also have this dude, Jessica Snapshots, is coming on the show next week. And also, we're going to she's next week. And then we also have this gentleman, your friend.
Bordy.
Bordy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bordy
I'll be
on
with
the
Jessica
show.
tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Cool.
Doing photos.
Awesome. With that, thanks everybody.
Good night and good morning. Don't be a shitty person.
Thanks, guys, for joining from Illinois.
Bye.
Thank you. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
The Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce